right, if you like the cracks, please subscribe, leave a like, and comment down below. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Here we go. Exhale. There we go. Excellent. That's incredible, Chris. All right. How you doing, Chris?
Great, man.
I know it's been a while since I've seen you. What are you feeling today?
Yeah, too long. My fault, always, as usual. Yeah, the sitting, oh my goodness, like the lower back has just been...
Go turn around. Just go ahead and show. Where are you feeling the most right now?
So, like, down in here has just been so stiff. I wake up in the morning, it's just like, it's hard to even, like, bend over. It's just so tight. We have a massage chair, and I can try and, like...
Break it loose a little bit.
Do a little bit, but yeah, I just so...
Kind of everywhere. The whole chest in here.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably nothing more that you haven't told me a million times, like sitting in a chair.
How about at the bottom here? How much are you feeling down here?
It's usually like just above.
Just above it. Good. Well,
it feels muscle, not like...
Right. Well, as horrible as it is to have any pain, I generally, people that have had care from a young age, a healthier spine will feel something here. Does that make sense? Before here, because biomechanically, this part of your back is designed to function before this. So what you're feeling is you're sitting too much, this area is getting swollen, the joints are inflamed, right? You're losing range of motion, and now if you let it just lock down, you'll become another statistic of welcome to the L5 and L4 club. And so let's not let this lock down, let's not let this stiffen up, let's not allow this to become immobilized. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Let's keep this area online. Let me check your hip height here. So if you can, maybe you can see that with my hand. You're fine. The camera, I'm saying, see how his right hip? Your right hip's about inch, at least half inch to an inch higher. Oh, so man. the right hip's higher to try to avoid. Here's what happens: is if I hurt over here, my body will lift my right hip up to open up the other side. So no, doc, I don't have any pain in my lower back. Well, but you're in compensation, right? So the body's. It's like if I injure my right ankle, my right ankle's fine. Well, it's not fine because you're avoiding it, right? So when I look at your hip height, they should be level. Your right hip is high. That opens up the hole the nerve goes through on the left side. Okay. So it relieves pressure. And so I look at that. Go ahead and face Carl a little bit for me. So we look at his posture here. So his right hip is high, right hip high, and see how this shoulder, right shoulder is low. So he's in what we call left avoidance. You're avoiding this left side. And we'll see that when we're face down in a minute, that there's a reason for it. Your body, your posture is like, it's like I've never been able to hide anything from my car mechanic. When I, hit something and then they put a car on a lift and they're like, Ed, you hit something. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, there's yellow paint underneath your car. Oh, that curb.
That's something.
Oh yeah. So your posture tells a story, and the alignment changes based on avoidance. The joints in your spine have feeling. All right. How's your neck doing? How's the head? I know every conversation you have is, with most individuals, is looking down. How tall are you, Chris?
Oh man, like 6'5"?
Maybe 6'6". But so every conversation you have, with most individuals is your chin's down, and you don't, and I sometimes try to not, try to get eye level with people because it always feels like. I'm 6'2".
I almost always like crumple down.
Because you want to connect with somebody, and always like, what are you doing down there?
Oh, it feels terrible. So I'm always like on my knees or how can I?
It's like your dad. How tall is your dad?
He's 6'5" too.
Yeah.
6'5". So I'm always trying to.
Yeah, that's a better strategy.
I do the deep breath in. Let's see how we're moving in here. And head back. Exhale. Let the jaw relax and let it go. Exhale. Exhale. There we go. Let it go. Yeah, totally locked, Chris. There we go. Breathe in deep. And exhale. Just let him. Totally locked. Side facing me. All right, so what we're trying to do is the more other vertebrae that I can get working for you, the more stress is going to be taken off whoever's working. overworking. Breathe in deep for me.
Just being in this position, I can feel it all.
Just rotating is, all right, we're going to have some work to do. This area is the most glued up area of the back, and we're going to,
Okay.
all right, we'll get it breaking loose. Yeah, all right, breathe in, exhale. There we go, that's that for me, okay. I got you, exhale. All right, face up for me. All right, all right. Sometimes I massage before I adjust for pity's sake. You know, some people ask, you know, why do you just adjust sometimes before you massage? Or Ed, I adjust much better if you massage me first. And I go, well, correct, but you shouldn't need a 10-minute massage to get your bones moving, right? So some days I'll just adjust you understand, like cold kind of idea, just seeing how your back is moving before I do any deep tissue work. And then if I know it's probably not going to move too well, we'll warm it up a little bit, you know, and try to get everything moving. All right, just a little tight up here. Let's see where the atlas is. Everything's over to the right. See, feel the difference, that bone sticking out over to the right there.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so your head likes to tilt left. Let me see if I can, yeah, the left. Let's see here. Right hip was high, yeah, the right hip is your body's essentially tilted, and it's reflecting down to the neck, even though the neck reflects down to the chest. We gotta get the head tilted to the right.
It's amazing how, from the perspective of somebody coming in, you can feel like, do I even know my own body? Because like, you
Right.
come in and you're like, oh yeah, touch this. I'm like, I have that? That's even there? I didn't even know that was a thing. Like,
Right, well, we wait till check engine lights. You know, it's like, until there's a check engine light, it's like our world doesn't really value anything. It's like, well, how do you feel? Fine, I guess. You know, I have some tight muscles here. Okay, here's some muscle relaxants. Oh, okay, well, thanks. Why are the muscles tight? Never mind that. Well, could they be tight because my body's... Never mind that. Just take the pills and be quiet. I got you, Chris. Here we go. Here we go. Let it go. Here we go. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Let this side go here, Chris, a little bit. Keep that chin up. There we go. Perfect. There we go. You know, the entirety of, you know, the purpose of my life and purpose of my practice is to keep this area functioning, because I could, you know, make a pretty good argument that all of the rest of the misalignments happen because this isn't working. You know, if this area gets stiff, the lower neck gets overworked. That causes your head to go forward. That causes your middle back to get tight. That causes your lower back to get abused. That causes your hip to rise up. That causes knee pain and foot pain. Is it right? So people, you know, Ed, I told you I had lower back issues. Why are you rubbing my neck so much? Well, they're all linked together. You have to have this area working. You have to have your ear over your shoulders. You have to have the alignment be true at the top here. 24 vertebrae. I need all 24 vertebrae moving evenly. They all need to be participating. It's a balance of all 24. If you're only working with a few members of your team, those areas are going to get worn out prematurely. They're not diseased. They're aging at an accelerated rate. Nobody looks at a candle that's burning twice as bright and says it's a diseased candle. Anyway, chin down a little bit for me. Chin down. There we go. All right. It's going to be mainly here in the shoulders. No, it's all. These are the roots down here at the bottom. We want a little bit right there, but nothing too big. I'm just checking. There we go. Yeah, real quick here in the shoulders. We'll get this face down in a minute, but we'll sort of push these ribs down right here. All right, yeah. Kind of the rib. Yeah, these ribs are all raised here. Gotta push all of them. I'm sort of fold all these ribs down here. You know, when we sit, these ribs all sort of flare upwards. And there's 48 joints in your chest. A lot of mouths to feed in here. And all it takes is a few joints in here to be inflamed, and then you try to rotate and they're going, we're swollen and inflamed, and so it's just, there we go. We got to clean all this out. When you get home, we're going to do some Epsom salt. You know, maybe get Epsom salt bath and soak for 15, 20 minutes. That'll help get some of the soreness out of here. I'm going to clean and get all this out of here. There we go. If I'm going too hard, Chris, just let me know. All right. Or just get it, Ed.
No, I know. The pain is good. It's a good pain. It's the healthy pain. It tells you it's working.
There we go. All right. There we go. All right. There we go.
Probably like yoga. If you're not feeling pain, you're not trying hard enough.
Right, right. Yeah, show me all these great physical trainers that are, does that hurt too much to lift that weight? Go ahead and put it back down. Like, well, hold on. I'm here to get results, right? I'm here to try to build my muscles up, right? I mean,
seriously.
And I don't. Is that how muscles build, by taking it easy on them, or do you have to sort of stress them out a little bit? And so, any example of, we must say, anything of value being attained with little work. Right? I did hardly nothing and I got, maybe the lottery, but, or my other one is, give me an example of a problem that goes away by ignoring it. I have this problem in my back. No, I'll just ignore it. I have a check engine light. I'll put tape on it. My wife is angry with me. I'll just ignore her. That has never worked.
Correct.
It's like, yeah, you have to face your problems. Contend with them and then sort of grow and become strong. I've known you since, 2 years old, Chris?
Diapers.
Right, yeah, right.
Diaper age.
Right. Because your right hip's high, all these ribs are all popped out over here. There we go. Need this down. Can you feel the difference? I mean, this is like the ribs are all down on this side. And then I got like a washboard. Is that normal to have like a... I mean, you probably almost can hear that. Yeah, it's not normal. These ribs got to go down. This is prolonged sitting and being bent forward pops all these ribs up. All right. There we go. A little too long right here. Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, man.
What'd you say? This is like flossing? Right? Like, I don't need to do that every 6 months.
You hurt me. My gums were bleeding. And by flossing, my gums bled. No, your unhealthy gums made your gums bleed, okay? Your back was inflamed and...
If I don't see the dentist until, I don't know, every 4 years.
Right. They hurt me.
That's pretty good.
Right. Yeah, I mean, this side, it's not great over here either, but it's approachable. This side at least is having a conversation with me. The right side wants nothing to do with me.
So how stiff is too stiff? Is there a point of no return where it just...
How stiff is too stiff for a finger? I don't know. It shouldn't be stiff at all.
Yeah.
It's like, there's no... How much oil leakage should there be? None!
Sitting at home thinking, should I go to a chiropractor, and going, I just can't. I'm too stiff. There's
Right.
nothing they can do.
Well,
I'm beyond help.
right. Well, we have to start somewhere. I mean, and perhaps maybe we don't go with deep level adjustments, and you just perhaps maybe go get a massage or acupuncture, or do some lighter work without the deep tissue adjustments first, right? Maybe get in a swimming pool, move, do some yoga, right? Some light yoga to try to get your body moving a little bit. And maybe you can get on a heating pad in your middle back before they adjust you. You follow me? To try to get it lubricated and moving a little bit better, so that you can handle the adjustment. Some new patients, they'll, Ed, I couldn't move the next day. Well, the first visit is like my placement test. I'm trying to get like a bar, see how high you can jump, right? And with any like data graph, you have to have multiple points to be able to before you can plot a line, right? And so after one visit, I have one data point, right? And so then next visit, I get another data point, and how well you handle being worked on, how well the marks go away, right? How well I can push you on your stretching, and so you don't have to overwhelm the patient. It's probably more lucrative for me to spread this out over 50 visits. Does that make sense? But I have a level of expectation for my own care, right? I expect people to be pretty much through what I call boot camp in about 8-10 visits. Does that make sense? That if this is not gone in 8-10 visits, I have failed you. It's just getting this all moving over here. This is all how dark these are. See, some of the marks are darker, and that tells you there's just a bunch of stagnant old blood in here. And the more
old blood? How long has that blood been in there?
Well, it's been tight. It's been stiff. You understand? It's like old waste that's been trapped from the stiffness. Lactic acid that gets bound up in there.
How long does that stuff stick around if I don't do something about it?
How long does plaque stay on your teeth? It's like indefinitely to me. I mean, until somebody goes in there. How long does a stain stay in the carpet? Until somebody gets a carpet cleaner out and starts running it. The body is supposed to be self-cleaning. It shouldn't require. There should be like a Roomba vacuum that just runs through here and cleans it. But the Roomba vacuum is based on mobility. So if the area is not moving, it's not going to be self-cleaning. So when there's a progression for the lack of mobility, areas that have been more recently stiff will be sort of a more lighter reddish, and then when you get these really dark areas, to me, the area's been blocked up for a while. It's been stagnant for a while. There's been toxins that's been trapped for a while.
That Roomba is a brilliant example. You get those like invisible Roomba fences, and if I could just keep moving those so that the Roomba gets less and less
I was
space
about
to vacuum.
to say it's Roomba, right? Not Roomba.
Roomba?
I think it's Roomba.
I think it's Roomba.
Roomba. Okay.
Yeah, so if the little Roomba can't get to all the areas, then it's going to get dirtier and dirtier.
Right,
over
it self-cleans, right. And then how many passes are you going to have to make? And I go, well, is that what you ask the carpet cleaner guy when he comes over your house? How many passes until that carpet's clean? It's like, you make passes until it's done, until it comes up clear. I should be able to work on you, and that's what I meant by the 8 to 10 visits. It's generally, through that 8-10 visits, we should have 90% of this marks gone. You understand? There shouldn't be any more bruising. And then the stretching at home allows it to, it doesn't build up very quickly. Otherwise, it becomes very depressing. It's back again. And to some degree, it is like cleaning your teeth. The plaque's back again, right? I brush it off and it's back. And so to some degree, it's like your dirty dishes in your sink, right? Every day I wash well, welcome to Earth, right? There's a level of, maintenance that is required that whether or not you agree with it or, it doesn't, I'm not sure if I believe in it. Whether or not you believe in it or not is irrelevant. You have to clean your spine. Or if you're not aware of it, it still is required. And if you don't, these areas are going to get inflamed, and that's what you're going to have that presenting symptom of, I can't rotate properly. It hurts to rotate.
You need like an e-book that's like Ed's Guide to Owning a Spine. This is the manual.
Right, an owner's manual. That's exactly right. Very good, very good. This is what you're feeling in here. When you're rotating, you're compressing these joints, and the joints are filled with this lactic acid, and it doesn't feel comfortable to rotate, and your body slowly starts to try to get stiffer. Does that make sense? And you feel better by it being stiff because the sensors are kinesthetic. They're based on motion. Does that make sense? And in fact, that's why we put braces on broken arms, right? The arm's still broken, right? But by putting a brace on it, it no longer moves, right? Takes away the pain. And then obviously to protect it so that you don't re-break it, right? We bind it up because we don't trust a young person to not be careful with their arm, or their brother might knock them down some stairs and then they really injure the arm. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I hadn't thought about that.
But
kinesthetic sensor.
The sensors are based on motion, right? So when an area doesn't move, you don't feel it.
I feel fine. My range of mobility is like 10%.
Correct.
I'm doing great.
There we go, Chris. So just trying to make it as soft and supple. There we go. Chris and I both felt the rib just. Did you want me to move, sir? Yes. There we go. Just trying to fold these ribs down. The word subluxation was the word chiropractors were trying to use to denote misalignment. Sub meaning less than, luxation meaning dislocation. So a word that's perhaps people have commonly heard from chiropractors is subluxation, and what does that mean? It means that it's less than a dislocation. The bone is not dislocated, it's out of alignment. The car's in the garage, but it's crooked. And so this right side of your back is more subluxated than the left. Now the problem with the word, and why I don't use it frequently, is that I can't fix it on the table. I can't. The first philosophy in chiropractic was that, okay, I'm going to push your ribs down, and I'm going to unsubluxate your vertebrae by pushing on you. And while its intentions are good, the research shows that you have to stretch. That stretching forward is what pops all these ribs out. It's stretching back that fixes it. It's actually stretching the front part of your body, the anterior ligaments, that has to happen to allow the chest to stay in. Does that make sense? If these is all shredded back here and the front is all tight and glued together, you actually can't hold your body upright because the tight front just pulls you back forward. So I'm trying to get the structures on the back part of your spine to like each other more so that we can stretch deep enough to get to the front side, which has been bound together. Because how often do you do a deep back bend? Right? Unless you're, by me and by one of my adjustments or, a deep stretch on a Denneroll, it doesn't happen very often.
Is muscle important? Like if I'm just, I have the large one pack on the front and little or no muscle control in core. Like is that
The
a problem?
Unipack.
The Unipack. Is that bad for the?
It's muscles move us. Spasm muscles can give us stability. I'm not saying that muscle tightness can't stabilize your spine. My qualm with it is that I don't know how it's sustainable. How long if I give you a bowling ball and have you hold it, how long can you hold it? Eventually it's going to fatigue. So depending on muscles to be the thing that give you stability, I find to be silly. I find that, good luck with that is my answer to, the reason your back hurts is because your core is weak, Chris, and you just strengthen your abdominals and strengthen your back muscles, and if your back muscles were just stronger, you wouldn't have any back pain.
Interesting.
I don't know how that's possible. If, first of all, this muscle, all these marks on your back are from your muscles being tight because of your posture being incorrect. So, if anything, to me, Chris, your core is already too tight. It's already too strong. I'm trying to make your core supple. The people that I admire, yes, of course, Wolverine and Hugh Jackman on the cover of Men's Health magazine, bulging deltoids and bulging, is that what a healthy man looks like? Apparently, that's what our world tells us. But the people that I admire are not, ripped people. You understand? Because I go, if they made their muscles that big, their joints inside must have grown also. Does that make sense? If you make a muscle overwork, it grows. If you make joints overwork, they grow too. We call a joint growing degenerative joint disease, right? So, hold on, wait, which one's a disease? So, the people that I admire are people with flexible spines, malleable spines, all the parts of their spine working evenly. Tone, fit, does that make sense? But I'm not sure if it's supposed to be muscles that have been that well trained and, we would say stressed so that they've grown to such a size. I don't know. Perhaps, if you're going to be a boxer, you're going to want to have tight abs to be able to receive a punch. Well, Ed, no, that boxer needs tight abs. Correct, but are you a boxer? Or, if you're going to be a boxer, then please throw away what I'm saying. For the majority of us, I'm not saying that a tight abdominal muscle, right, can't give stability, or protect organs, but I'm pretty sure when a boxer's not boxing, he shouldn't have his abs tight all the time, right? I don't know. You could, I think it's healthier if we have the whole spine working. The discs will not be injured. All right, breathe in deep for me.
Wait, that's out. In, okay.
Breathe in deep. We're gonna stretch for a second, Chris. I got you. Breathe. There we go. We're just gonna hold here for a second. Come on, Chris. Too much sitting. Oh boy, all right, breathe. Come on, exhale. Good, all right, take a break.
This is awesome.
Ed, I'll get you for this. Breathe. Good, all right, breathe. Mm-hmm. Good, all right, good. All right, that's good. You okay, bud?
Yep.
All right, good. Put your forehead onto your forearms. Keep that forehead to forearm contact.
I'm as good as anyone has ever been. Stretch backwards at bizarre angles by a large muscular man.
All right, breathe in deep for me. And exhale. I got you. Keep that forehead to forearm. There we go. Breathe. There we go. Good. I got you, brother. Here we go. Exhale. There we go. Exhale. There we go. All right. I got you. Exhale. There we go. Good. All right, we're done. All right, big guy. Let's go on your back. Toes are all jammed. Oh, man. All right. There's no mobility. The toes, see, this one actually moves. There's no click from this one, but the toe actually moves. There's like no mobility of your. You gotta work on that a little bit and try to. It's like the farthest joint from your heart, right? So, not exactly a prime shipping location for UPS drivers. You understand? Like most of the blood's making a U-turn at your knee.
No
Makes sense. So this is not a. It's the farthest, place to go to for the blood, and so sometimes a lot. There we go. Finally. And now that joint moved. This joint needs another. Wow, just jammed. I don't need it to click. I try not to fall prey to the clicking. What I want is for the joint to be moving, Chris. Does that make sense? I don't need.
This sounds strangely like the other thing is I want you to actually be healthy, not just look healthy or be out of pain or
Right.
think you're healthy.
Right. I want the joints to feel like they're, to be moving. And when they're locked, it's like a lifter or a valve. Actually the oil lubricates the valve based on that mobility. If the valve doesn't fully go up and down, does that make sense? It doesn't get a good amount of, oil to keep itself, keep the bearings healthy and all that. Hold on to the table for me, brother. Kelly. I got you. There we go. Good. Yeah, hold on to the table. There we go. Let it go. There we go. Good. All right. Irish boy is now walking on my back. There we go. Just trying to. Right there. Yep. Get that a little better there. Right there. All right. Breathe. I got you, brother. Breathe. Exhale. There we go. Good. Got all the air out of here. This is much nicer than the elbow head. I'll take this all day long. People at home, stay off the rib heads. Just stay on the facets. Stay just midline. Most of my weight's on my heel and the inside of my toes. There we go. You okay, Chris?
Yep.
Okay. There we go. And then just heels here. There we go. Give the person a chance to breathe for a second. Breathe. There we go. All right. A couple more right here, Chris. Right there. The biggest spot right there. Here we go. Exhale. There we go. Excellent. That's incredible, Chris, that I couldn't. The bow move didn't
awesome.
The bow move didn't get it. There we go.
This is brilliant. Ball of your heel with all your weight behind it. Like you can really get going.
Score! Spike the football.
Is he alive?
1, 2, KO. All right, come on up for me. Let me check your postures.
Is he gonna move?
No, that got it.
Good. Oh, good job.
That got what I couldn't get when you were. Yeah, there we go. Just look. There we go. So turn this way. Turn. There we go. Now it's in. So, we got that all in now. Obviously, we got that all compressed in. So now, if you go sit for 10 hours, it'll just pop right out again, right? And we all get depressed, and we go, Ed, it worked for 3 hours, but now it's back. So you have to retain with the stretching. Take it for a little. See, it should be a little bit easier to move. There we go. And then every day, the rest of your life, you participate. It's so easy to just spend life, and how much range of motion is needed in your back? Driving a car, working at work, right? So how would you expect your range of motion to not be lost, right? It's not needed, right? And if you don't use it, you lose it. Make sure I eat my Wheaties this morning. Here.
Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. I was trying to give you a challenge.
Take the pills and be quiet. Now this is like a heavy duty eat. I can feel this thing blowing up.
The patient's just getting to lie here, and Ed's just like, every muscle in my body must be used completely to try and do what I'm doing. Why are you getting hot, doctor? I don't understand. Those other doctors, they don't seem to worry about it.
Everybody else is all chill.
They got long sleeve shirts and a coat. What's wrong with you?
Pens. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I'm like, I don't know. Does it? Does it really? Because something could almost kill you, and like then you can't like move. You know? Are you really stronger?
Go like a racehorse until you're pretty much.
Whip me like a racehorse, pull me like a ripcord, build me down and wanna be the slip, word upon you.
Can I probably have one of those snacks?
Take a snack. Take all the snacks you want. Take anything you want.
You're like, just eat it.
Anything you want. I want my father back, you. It's like I'm anything. Promise me power. Promise anything, Papa. Give me everything I ask for. I want my father back, you son of a.
This is brilliant. Ball of your heel with all your weight behind it. Like, you can really get going.
Score! Spike the football.